Hello everyone and welcome to Final Fantasy Randomizer with me, Get Dave, checking out the Ice Cave. We should be... Oh, we can't run from this encounter. We should be a lot more powerful than we need to be, but bad things can happen here. Thankfully we got the life spell anyway, and death immunity on... Well, they can run, but I can't. And death immunity on our white mage, so... Nice to have that backup. There's also the eye here, which is a popular grinding option, basically. I think we take these stairs. Got a map queued up just to save time. And if you watch people race this game, they have like... Yeah, I've already mentioned the encounter table stuff, but they've got all the things memorized. It's very impressive, because it's pretty common for them to do exit shuffling. Yeah, just doing a casual 100 damage. Alright, now we do not have the warp spell. Right? We weren't able to learn it. Cake! Yeah, no warp spell. Okay. I think these guys may have death touch. It's that middle chest we want, and I kind of forget how to get to it. Presumably we could drop through a hole. Yeah, these guys. They might have... So obviously you can see the potential complications of this. If they were paired with an enemy like, say, that Great Pete who was doing 100 damage every time. Whoa, he pieced out. Saw us stand up and knew what was coming. Okay, now we just need the Earth Rod, which... I mean... I think I know where it could be. Ooh, the Eye Mage. Normally it would be Image. Oh, we can run, let's do it. I'm not sure how the run mechanics work, if like certain enemies are harder to run from, or if more enemies make it more difficult, but... All I know is... I think they made it a little easier in this version. There was apparently a bug? Okay. So you take a damage every time you take a step on these? Everyone takes a damage. You all take a damage! Oh, the white D. Enemy of Get D. Now we should be okay, right? I don't know if you're noticing it, but in this game it's kind of like a black and white reality with encounters. Either they all die and they don't get a hit, or everyone gets stunned and then people die. Anyway, you take damage on those, but you can't get into encounters, so usually quite worth it. Okay, we found the cube in a generic treasure chest. So now I'm thinking maybe the earth rod's there too. I mean, the volcano, like if I were routing super intelligently, I would have done the water, or the sea shrine I think it's called, when I was there. Fine, but the volcano is a really logical step. It's a little easier than, and you know what, I take that back. It can be pretty brutal. If you get a group of 6 red goyles, they could wipe everyone but the knight in one turn. Oh, can't hold a ribbon. I guess we'll just be on our merry way with this wooden helm. Thank you. I guess. Yeah. I guess we'll do that for now. Ooh. We can sell it at least. They have a frost attack that can hit the whole group that can be problematic. Alright. Welcome to the secret to getting through the whole game. Whoops. That is not at all what we want. I can't actually see the cursor every time I do this. There we go. Alright, glad I came here. So, I was talking about how great the Marsh Cave was because it really tested your resources. Like, it's almost a Breath of the Wild-like thing where you go in and, like, you go into a dungeon and there's no resource scout. The world, your ally, is not there. Yeah, just imagine if we had fought one of these guys at the same time. We all got stunned. Sure, I'll check. We don't need a second black shirt. No. By the way, normally we would find the floater in here. I've lost my place in the map. I'm sure it'll be fine. I'm doing it. Yeah. That one I actually vaguely remembered. And this I remember. The eye can kill. Good. He can cast quadruple X, so... Oh, good. Oh, this is a very good thing. Yeah, not technically required, not a progression item, but... So that's the best equipment you can have on a white mage, period. And a lot of characters, actually. 34 defense on the opal ring. And... I think we've pillaged the whole place now. So let's operate on that assumption. Peace on out of here. We've got the cube, we've got the slab. I'm gonna get the volcano out of the way because I'm in the neighborhood. Time to confront my bad memories. Although we have elemental resistance, so... I just remember saving up to get steel armor and then going in, getting ambushed by a group of red goyles. They all cast fire too. The fighter takes like 100 and some damage every friggin' turn, and you're just obliterated. And yeah, I mean, never really got farther than that. All right, lots of owie tiles. Better to just step on them. I'll just show you the heal staff really quickly. It makes life a lot easier though. So again, just cast heal, but for a lot of the game you can basically have two characters use a heal staff or similar item. The white shirt? No, that doesn't viz too. Anyway, you can just do that and it completely breaks the beauty of the resource management dungeon. To be fair, Final Fantasy 1 wasn't really built for that. Like, it's all about... how do I put this? It's all about basically making that obsolete the way the game's designed. Yep. The fire elementals, we're probably safe from them. Yeah. If we had a group of 4, that'd be a different story. But our levels are starting to get, like, we're starting to pull away. Not quite on Easy Street, but we're on Easier Street. Nice. Okay, I think this is like the armory. So I think there might be a potential progression item in here. Yeah, no thanks. I always kind of have a special memory of the giant enemies because there was like a poster that had a group of giants and the heroes were fighting them. Oh, I don't know. It's embedded loosely in the memory. Yeah, let's get out of here. Also, I mentioned the ribbon gives status resistance to most elements, or to most everything, and 3 out of 256 times you'll still get hit. Which I actually like. Later on in Final Fantasy, they started getting more and more into, like, you can absorb this element. And I mean, I'm sure you might start picking up a theme in the sort of things I'm praising, but well, that's the worst hammer in the game. Later on in Final Fantasy, there was like a lot of elemental absorption and that sort of thing, so you either take 1,000 damage or you're healed 1,000 hit points. Well, that's very black and white, and it starts pushing the game mechanics out of the sweet spot, in my opinion. Let's take a look around here. Alright. This is the fight. I always liked it better in Dragon Quest, and it always felt more powerful. Where you get a piece of equipment and it makes you take, 25% less, and you can combine it with a piece of equipment that shaves off straight 10 damage, and like you can slowly chip away at the damage, and you feel yourself creeping closer and closer. The critical mass for Final Fantasy, I think, happened in 10, where you get weapons where you can do 99,000. You can break the damage of it and do 99,999 damage with every hit. You can quick hit, so you do it twice. And every character can do that. So every character is now doing the same amount of damage with the same move every turn. What you've done is basically made a system where everyone's doing 1 damage, because if it's all the same value, the significance of damage is how many blows is it going to take to drop an enemy. Everybody, the fighter has value because 2 of his hits are worth, 7 of someone else's. An XP'd. Yeah. So FF10 had like the really high absurd damage. We just did a cool 700. The Mage Staff is one of the items, I think. Or do I keep saying that and I've picked up like 4 of them? Yeah, the Mage Staff casts some level 2 spell. Alright, I thought I'd check. We're fine. Alright, we've pillaged almost the whole thing. I think there are a few more treasures in the back. Still a chance of a key item, still a chance of the Earth Rod. Anyway, it's been super broken up because interesting things have been happening, but... or maybe not. You vote. I'll show this off once. But yeah, the general theme is like, it feels better to earn your power, basically. I meant to use the Mage Staff. When you just have equip this one item, it's a silver bullet. Now you get healed from this attack. Feels kind of cool the first time, but like the numbers, if they get too big too quickly, you just lose all sense of scale. Makes me think of how like lotto winners typically do not end up happier. And on the flip side, actually, people who become... the stat is something like people who become quadriplegic eventually report that they have the same level of happiness as well, right? So you're going to regress to your own mean anyway. In that situation. You just sort of get desensitized to things, right? It happens with the numbers video games using too, the way the numbers scale. Yeah, maybe it wasn't the most appropriate example, whatever. It happened. What happened, happened. The fact that our Red Wizard's dropping people with his physical power is very nice. And yeah, you've seen Master finally eclipse the fighter in terms of damage output. Damage is a little bit lower, but he's got more hits, so... 3 levels, that'll finally be reversed forever. Technically, the Masamune could change things up, but that's not gonna happen. All good, you know what? Alright, everyone's feeling fresh now. So this is the farthest I ever got in here, by the way. I was not prudent enough to turn back, or... That's not entirely true. I did sometimes turn back, I just died anyway. Let that be a moral story for you. By the way, I do really like this music. Also, when I was a kid, I didn't know that, or notice, I should say. Whoops, I was about to say we just dodged a major encounter, but no. Hey, a silver sword! The infamous. So somewhere back here is where you would get... Yeah, like this is the room where you get the ice sword, I think. This was the progression item. So I think that was the ice sword that was in there. That's the bridge behind Canaria. Well, good to know we can finally leave. Right, I know what I'm doing. Alright. We're actually almost at one of the preferred grinding spots of the game. There's the Peninsula of Power, which I didn't really show, but I talked about. That one's pretty notorious. The other one's the Agama fight. So, if you remember those gecko-like enemies we've been encountering, basilisks and so on, iguanas. By the way, if I could do this again, I would lower the experience pop rate. Well, there's another enemy, oops, kind of like them, called Agama, who's a chump. I would say that's the main reason it's popular for grinding. Not gonna be in this room, but the next one. Alright, so there's two treasures, two Agama spots, one right after the other. They're kind of easy relative to the reward you get. And you might, like, one Agama would not match up particularly well against a black belt, who is really good at doing a large amount of damage all at once. So you've got a single target. And if you watch speedruns of Final Fantasy 1, they manipulate the encounters, like 3/4 of the encounters in the entire game. They're, like, controlling when they power on the system, and I assume some sort of witchcraft that I don't understand. Okay, it's not true, actually. As a kid, I did get to this room, and then bailed, but died anyway. Because again, you can't cast Exit if your white mage is dead. Alright, we'll make one more play for treasure. I think this is normally the only treasure chest. There's a couple empties that we might need to check. Just need the Earth Rod and then we're in go mode and we can ignore all the chests. So close. So normally you need the ruby. You get the ruby from the vampire, who is standing immediately in front of... I mean, he could still have the Earth Rod. You get the ruby from the vampire, who's standing immediately in front of the thing you have to break with the Earth Rod. So you then go give it to the troll, or whatever. I think we briefly saw him and then flew around the path he was blocking. Gets him out of the way. You can meet Sarda the Sage. It gives you the Earth Rod, and then you go right back where you just came from. Alright, it's still empty. By the way, just consider how overpowered our party is. And still we're getting beaten down. That's more a product of, you know what? More a product of how I'm playing it. Like, now that I have a heal rod, you just pump the brakes, take your merry time, heal up to full when you can between encounters, and call it a day. Like, that'll get you through the rest of the game, which again is kind of a beef of mine. That's what gives it the grindy feel, right? I call it Grind Feel by Dave. Alright, I feel like the empties are still empty. We're just gonna go straight for carry. Actually, I take it back. When I was a kid, I think I actually had one dive where I recognized that I was at the end and I was like beaten up and it was only the fighter and one other guy left. And we just had to try and take out the fiend. We weren't going to survive the escape. The fiend of the earth? Whoops. Nah, he's fine. Probably just grind this out. I wonder if nuke works on the fiend of fire. Well. Oh yeah, I forgot about that detail. Alright, 2 orbs up, everyone. I remember seeing them the first time and being kind of disappointed they weren't different colors when they got activated. Let's do one bit of housekeeping right now and call it an episode. Let's remember where I am. I don't know the landmarks of this game very well. I don't know where it is. Oh no, I got it. We're by the thing. Alright, that's Melman. So first off, we have a slab. So let's go visit Dr. Oon, who I think later becomes... I think they made him sit after the fact. Alright, now we can talk to the life and people. We just completed a linguistics course. We know all their slang. We know all the good stuff. FF6, the scimitar is super good. It's endgame gear. Ah! Alright, well, it's something. I guess? Alright, and I think we keep doing things out of order, and next time, Fiend of Sky and Sky Castle, and find the Earth Rod, I hope. See you there, everyone.